Hi, Bon Vivanters. Happy Tasty Tuesday. Hope you guys are having something tasteful in your bowl, on your plate, in your glass. So I had an interesting exchange this morning, which spurred this Facebook Live. So every so often, I feel the need to come on and kind of debunk a few myths and encourage everyone to really feel into why they believe in something. And that doesn't have to be just the way you eat. It's also about the way you live. As both, many of you know, I work both with women who want to improve their health and transition into a vegan lifestyle, and also people who need some assistance with career or other life choices, right? So asking you today is, do you feel defensive because deep down you know that you love a food so much, or that maybe you love a way of life so much that you'll find any excuse to back it up, or agree with someone else who supports and shares your lifestyle, right? Or do you really feel great about the way you eat and you feel healthy, which in case do more of what works, right? I'm not here to criticize you in any way, the way you eat, or, make you wrong because of something else, in no shape or form, right? I'm here today to merely encourage you and everyone else to go to the source of whatever it is you've been told and believe in, and just question things. And this goes for, like I said, not just with the way you eat, but the way you live. What kind of theories do we sort of sometimes blindly think, well, that's just the way it is, and then we never really question it, right? So this is kind of what happens when you turn vegan, right? Because then you start to realize, oh my God, I've been kind of like blinded by all these different things, and I really want to see a research study that backs this up, and I also want to know where that research study is from. I'll get back into that later. So we're all passionate about health in here. I mean, that's why you're in this group, right? Why some of you are health coaches, personal trainers, nutritionists, and even doctors, and others just health enthusiasts. I think that we all want to just help ourselves live the best life possible, and also help others to live a happy life and achieve optimal health. That we can all agree on, right? So there's so many diets out there, and most of you know that I went to IIN, which is the Institute for Integrative Nutrition. We studied a bunch of different diets, I think over 100 different diets. There's so many, right? With an objective, we took an objective view at each one, and kind of, took a look at what they all were about, and then we ourselves decided if that was for us or not. So it's all about, we learn about bio-individuality, that everybody is different, which I totally agree on. So if you're like me, you've probably tried a number of these diets. I mean, there's the zone diet, the paleo diet, the cabbage diet, the raw diet, the low carb, high protein, aka Atkins diet, no sugar, and so forth. So let's take an example. So why this sort of, spurred my Facebook Live today, in a fun and comedic way, in a way, but also it actually really made me realize, wow, there's so much work to be done out there to really spread the truth about, diets and so forth. So I had someone tell me this morning that vegans can't be healthy because they don't eat enough protein, and thus they're not able to stabilize their blood sugar levels. When in fact the opposite is true, actually, and there are several studies that back that up, independent studies. And I actually had perfectly stable blood sugar levels just a few months ago when I went to the doctor. And I know thousands of other vegans that are perfectly healthy as well. So where does this statement come from, right? So let me just say something. If you put people on a low carb diet, fat builds up in your muscles within 2 hours, and then insulin sensitivity actually drops. And the more fat found in the muscle, the lower the ability to clear sugar from the blood. So it doesn't take years for this to happen. It actually just takes a couple of hours after fatty foods go into your mouth. So a fat-rich diet can actually increase fat in the blood, and this increase is accompanied by a decrease in insulin sensitivity. So that's also the reason why fat is more of a problem and why people become diabetic than sugar, which, is contrary to popular belief, right? So there's several independent studies that can back up what I just said. So if you need references, please comment below, and I will be happy to furnish those. I just won't bore you with them in the video. But all I have to say is that I have yet to hear someone get seriously ill from protein deficiency, unless of course they don't have enough food, like starving children in Africa. But I have heard a lot of people, and I know you have too, that have major health issues because of obesity, heart disease, and cancers, which many times stem from eating meat and dairy products with their high saturated fat content. What's my point of this? So before you sort of reiterate, or we reiterate someone else's study or viewpoints as our own and believe everything we hear, make sure you know the source it comes from. Is the doctor who praises a certain diet, is he paid by a supplement company? Do they have financial motivation behind their message? Is the research study backed by the meat and dairy industry, which a lot of them are, believe me? It's always important to go to the source and do your own research, to think for yourself. Again, we can apply this motto, if you will, in not just our diet, but in every other area of our life, right? So as vegans, we always have to back our statements up with research, because there's so many, for some odd reason, that are vehemently opposed to this way of living. So we've become used to that, but I think that's a good thing. And we all know that, of course, everyone all of a sudden becomes a nutritionist when you turn vegan, right? They're completely, they're so concerned about, what nutrition, what nutrients you're not getting. So just ask yourself, why is that, and make your own decision. And I'm not here, like I said, to ridicule your choice at all. You know that I lead from a place of compassion, understanding of where you are in your journey. A lot of people in this group are not vegan. They're just wanting to increase fruits and vegetables, which I highly, highly applaud. I just ask that before you say something that you feel is, the truth, ask yourself, is that the truth or not? Or is it just convenient for me to believe in it, right? Because it's convenient in my lifestyle. I don't have to do much, it's just comfortable. Or is it really true? And we'll happily enough have a discussion with you, because I find that it's really important to be open-minded. It's important to be able to listen to other people's viewpoints. I totally agree that I understand that not everyone is going to look at things the way I look at things, and that's what makes the world go around. But the opposite happened this morning of this woman. It's like, I will not look at your studies, and I will not look, I'm not open for any discussion here. That is a red flag, because then I'm wondering, well, do you really have the things to back up what you're just saying? And that makes me sad, because these people who call themselves nutritionists and health specialists, they are basically promoting messages that are not true. And that's why people like many of you are confused when it comes to diet, confused when it comes to nutrition, because there are so many messages out there. One day I'm not supposed to eat carbs, another day I can eat everything I want, and all things in between. So with that, I hope you'll use this group. If you have questions, this is really why I'm so passionate about having this group, is that you can come in and you can ask questions. If there's anything that you are confused about, that you need help with, support with, post it in the group. Post your question. No question is stupid, or don't feel afraid that you're going to get attacked or any of that. This is a welcoming group that I just want everyone to feel like they can come to for resources, independent studies that can back up what we're saying, versus just, this is the popular diet of the day. So that was my message to you today. I hope that you found this useful, that you, was kind of food for thought for you guys today as you are eating some tasty foods. Keep posting in the group, keeping active. Please spread the group if you liked it, and let everyone know that this is a place you can come and just have fun with plant-based food and living. So I will see you guys later in the group. Bye.